push the little subscribe button.
The little bell.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Notifications, brother.
as I was saying to folks, because I forgot to turn on the mics. The mics are now on.
Man.
Here's what I was saying, though. Here's what I was saying, folks. If you want to see past episodes of the Cast at Glocker, you should go to the YouTube channel, Glocker Realty and Insurance. While you're there, you might as well subscribe, right? It's free.
Yes.
Doesn't cost you any money. And then you can keep up with the show. You can keep up with our listing videos.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good content.
Yeah, and there's some interesting past shows we had. So
There's some very
something
interesting
good to look
past
at.
shows.
Yeah.
There's some interesting
Because I know
stuff.
that everybody except for me in the world seems to have time on their hands to watch YouTube whenever they want to.
I don't.
Me not, but
No.
everybody else seems to.
I don't watch television anymore. Like, I don't have a television show that I
Yeah.
watch anymore. I only watch YouTube almost exclusively because I can control what I watch and I
Right.
see. So I have a tendency to watch YouTube or listen to podcasts, you know. Like
Yeah.
last night I was making dinner and everything and just threw on Joe Rogan while I was getting everything
I
ready.
kind of want to know what the and everything is.
What do you mean?
You said you were making dinner and everything.
Well, I had to do dishes,
Oh,
I had,
yeah,
and
yeah,
everything,
that's it,
all the
everything.
kitchen
Yeah.
chores.
So does that go with it when you cook?
What's that?
When you cook, do you have to do dishes too?
This time I did because all the dishes were dirty, and if I didn't do them, I
Be
wouldn't have had
overflowing.
anything to make dinner with, right?
right.
You might want to slide that microphone a little bit closer to you.
There we go.
Yes,
Is that
and
good?
then
Oh, so you're washing dishes as needed, and only as needed.
no, it just I got busy and
Yeah.
I had been away and was catching back up with my chores.
Oh, okay.
I was cooking for myself, my girlfriend, my son, and his girlfriend. So now I'm going for, I got to cook for a crowd. So
Yeah.
I needed stuff, and it was all dirty because I've been lazy. Jeff, I'm making excuses. I'm just going to cut right through the BS. I'm lazy. All right?
At least he said it.
You know,
I'm lazy.
You might say that, but you know what? Washing dishes isn't the funnest chore in the world either. You know.
It's not. Usually in my house, the breakdown goes like this. If I cook, then Chris, my girlfriend, does the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So anyway, here's what I'm saying, though. This is very closely related to what we've been talking about with our guests, Jamal and Beth Ann.
Yes.
Right? They are joining us from J&B Fitness and Nutrition coaches. So we were just talking about food and eating and everything else.
We're talking about a lot of stuff the last half an hour.
Right.
I don't think we have anything to talk about during the show now.
No, we're just going to recap.
We can
Now I
recap
know.
it.
Now I know what to ask them. Right? Now
Yeah.
we know. Now we know what to talk about
They
during
let
the
us
show.
they let us on the cast. We're
Yes.
in trouble now.
There-
Boy,
there
here
we go.
They let me in the building.
We're also streaming live to their Facebook page, J&B Fitness and Nutrition Coaches. So if you want to go over there and check out their page and listen to the show, you can also check it out over there. So let's just get
Let's
into it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Here we go.
so
Let's do it.
why are you here?
Well, I kind of got drug here, so no, I'm kidding. I'm
Wait
kidding.
a second.
So we're here basically to put out the message, of who we are. We are local. She's a local girl that made it good, and I'm just along for the ride, really. No, I'm full of it.
So you graduated from Boyertown.
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And where
I'm
did
from
you come
Jersey.
from?
I'm from New Jersey, yes, sir. I came out of Rahway,
Well,
New Jersey.
We'll let it pass.
That's all right. Hey, I'm a Jersey implant, brother. They got me from Rahway, New Jersey, and I went to Del Valle College, Del Valle University now. The U, we call it the U now. So I went there 96 to 2000. Let's say 2001 because they're football players. We get that extra semester.
Yeah, sure.
Not all football players, but I had to. And then I've been out here ever since. I love Pennsylvania. I think it's a really pretty state. It's a great state. I'm not going back to Jersey. The gun laws out there suck. I love being out here. It's fantastic being out here.
Oh,
and when you're a good guy, you get you can have your weapons and stuff like that, and it's cool.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So
So before the show, before the show started, I was warming up the guests and
You were.
warming up our equipment. Please let us know what you're seeing and hearing. We do follow the comments, so if you have a question for our guests or for Jeff and I, type it into the comment box in the chat for the show. But
And I'm a question guy. I mean, I have questions all the time.
Jamal
so
was telling me.
I figured these people watching have to have questions. Too,
Have
right?
to.
Absolutely.
Jamal was telling me that he came from a law enforcement background. So similar to me, I worked in law enforcement for 15 years
Right.
and then got into real estate. But it was sports and law enforcement that kind of took you into the world of physical fitness, right?
Yes,
That was the
It
path.
was sports. Sports started it, and then law enforcement just to keep it going. Sports in high school, I was a little guy, and I got knocked around on the field a little bit, and I didn't like it. I was fast, but I didn't like getting hit.
Yeah.
It was like not a fun thing. Jersey is known for their speed, where Pennsylvania is known for like big boys. Like when I went to school at Del Val, CB West was like the college, but it was a high school.
Right.
They were sitting in our stands, and we're like, "Coach, who's scouting us?" And he's like, "No one." It's the high school down the street, and we're going, "Those dudes are huge."
Yeah.
Those dudes are so huge. Sorry about that. I don't know why that just did that. My phone likes to do silly things sometimes. But yeah. So I always wanted to be a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. I never liked being a tiny guy, So once I got up over, 170 pounds, that's saying something, And when I hit the field at 178 pounds, 180 pounds, it was different, Now I don't run away from the hits anymore. I'm kind of running towards them. So, if you knew me as a freshman, you're like, oh, we're going to have to chase him. Now you know me as a junior, and you're going, oh, hell, here he comes.
Right.
And now I'm bringing a load with me, and I got attitude. just going to be honest, And then from there, I got into law enforcement after some mental health and stuff like that. I did the mental health field and some foster care work, casework, and stuff like that. It was really that was heart-wrenching, some of that stuff.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and then corrections, because the foster care actually turned me into corrections because, one, I saw where these kids were coming from and the things that were done to them, and I wanted to see where some of the parents ended up. So I did that for a little bit, and then I got out of that and went into state trooping here in Pennsylvania. It was great. Got done with that, and then signed up to be with the Spring City Police Department in Chester County, and that was fun. It was just fun, Again, I got to use everything that I've been in my life with the community, because state troopers don't really do a lot of community relations, but when you're a local officer, you can. You know what I mean? So you get out of the car, you talk to the kids playing football. It helped. It helped.
Yeah.
The fact that I look the way that I do in my uniform, it helped a lot. So that was all. Sorry,
You've been pretty busy.
Oh yeah, I've been busy, dude. Like I say, man, I just do a lot. I've always done a lot.
But you would say, I think maybe you would agree with this statement. Maybe you want to elaborate on it. That past experience obviously is a benefit to you now when you're working with your clients in fitness and nutrition, right?
Absolutely.
Because you've lived the life.
You lived it, yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. I mean, again, sometimes I'll have clients, or we'll have clients. We'll have clients that are trying to fight the bulge. In other words, okay. And I've never been there. I've been on the other side of the spectrum. Okay, but I do know that it takes work to get to where you want to be. So it doesn't matter if you start here or you start here. You got to meet someplace in the middle, and that's what I try to tell our clients and say, listen, it's hard. Oh, you've always been athletic. Listen, I was skinny. It's different. It's not different than being overweight. It's just a problem on both ends of the spectrum.
Right.
And then let's get together. Let's do something. You want to gain weight? Cool. You want to lose weight? Cool. Let's rock. It's easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. It's work either way, for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes.
Would you say, this is a question that I just thought of. I'm so smart. I feel so smug. Do you have some of both types of clients? What's the percentage of people that you're working with who are coming to you saying, I need to lose weight, compared to the ones that are coming to you and say, hey, I've been working out for the past 10 years, and I'd really like to add another 3-5 pounds of muscle. I I know I weigh 195. I'd like to get up to 200. What's the percentage breakdown between those two?
It's half and half.
Really?
It's about even on both sides.
Okay.
I have a client in mind right now that he works out. He's always worked out. He's a boxer. He does line work. So he's climbing all the time. And he says to me, "Yeah, I like working out. I know the exercise. I know the workouts that I need to do, but I just need a push, the motivation, because I want to do this." He wants to put on 10 pounds of muscle. Well, I'm halfway there already. Yeah. Halfway there already. Not only that, but he introduced me to his brother, who says the same thing. I'm a little guy.
Right.
I'm a little guy, and I want to gain some weight.
Yeah.
So he got with me. We started training, and then I turned him on to the nutrition side of it. Right. And then she's like, "Dude, you got to eat." He doesn't eat.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that it is an oxymoron.
You can't gain the muscle with that.
Well, no, it's on both sides, though. If you look at it, it's on both sides. You need to eat to gain, and you need to eat to lose. You
Absolutely.
have to, you know, because...
Yes.
So, Beth Ann, you kind of handle more of the nutrition side? Is this what I'm
all
hearing?
of the
you
nutrition.
hear all of the nutrition.
Yes, and then he has training clients, and I have training clients as well.
Now, how did you get into nutrition?
Honestly, through competing, because...
Well, they don't know what competing is.
Okay, yes. So I am a bikini competitor, so in the bodybuilding world.
Okay.
So I had to follow a strict regimen, so I could only eat certain things. But it was through that I realized by eating more food and training properly to match that, I could actually lose weight and look better. So now I just coach all of my clients how to, usually within the first 2-3 weeks, they're eating more food than ever before. They're doing the workouts that either him or I assigned to them, and they're already dropping weight. And they're like, "This is crazy. I can't believe how much food I'm eating, but the scale is going down."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that experience when I was big into training and everything too. Like when I was really going strong and training for the mud races that I was doing, I was eating more food than I ever did in my life.
But you're just burning it.
Exactly.
I was burning it all up,
all
and I was consistently losing weight week after week after week, but eating more food. Now, I wasn't eating junk.
You were eating healthier
I wasn't
food,
going
right?
to
That is
Dunkin'
the
Donuts
difference.
and slamming down, 12 donuts
Yeah,
or
but you know,
something.
And a
once
fancy
once you start
coffee.
getting into, the training of any
Yes.
sort, I think, and you start, I think once you start that training program, your body kind of requests healthier food.
Exactly.
Am I
Well, no.
kind of correct?
No, you're
Yes.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because when you start eating the wrong thing, your body's going, "No, dude, I don't want that. I want this. I need some Brussels sprouts. I need it."
Yeah.
Your body asks for Brussels sprouts. Go figure. Your body will ask for things. So again, being with her and doing what we do together, it's awesome because I don't really have to think too much. When it comes down to, I don't have to think too much anyway. Just being honest. But when it comes down to the nutrition in the household, it's awesome. I'll come home and she's like, "We got steaks tonight, or we have fish tonight, or something like that." And I'm like, "All right." And I started asking, "Well, what greens we got?" "We got Brussels sprouts." Yes. I used to hate Brussels sprouts. I don't like the mushy
I
ones.
used to
Don't do
hate them
Don't
too.
do the mushy ones. You gotta saute
I love
'em.
Brussels sprouts.
You gotta saute them.
Oh, no, I can make a good Brussels sprout
Yeah,
now.
she does
but-
a really good Brussels sprout.
So how did you get onto this path? So before the
Yes.
show, you explained that in high school you were a track star,
Yes.
right? So that kind of got you into sports and training was through track.
Right.
And then you got a divorce.
Yep.
And unlike me, who went the opposite way, you were like, "I'm getting a divorce and I got to
And-
find something positive," right?
Yeah, I had 2 young children, and I needed like an outlet, something to focus on. So my biggest thing was I have to get through each day. And my whole life was changing because I went from a stay-at-home mom who over the past 2 years took a very small part-time job, and now I still only have this part-time job, but now I have to support 2 kids. So what can I do to keep me mentally stable? Because I already knew the gym was like my church. I
Okay.
could go in and I could deadlift and I could squat, and it just didn't matter what was going on. I felt amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I could have the worst possible day and walk out of there like $1,000,000. So this really kind of just gave me an outlet, somewhere to focus, something to know. Like I had 14 weeks. I'm going to do this. I have something to look forward to every day. I have someone I have to check in with. And it led me right up to that stage. And
Right.
I thought I looked amazing.
Well, you did, right?
For me compared to, and that's one of the hardest things I had to learn was, don't compare yourself to somebody else. Compare yourself to yourself.
Right.
So at that time when I stepped on stage, that was the best I've ever looked at that time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd already won, but I didn't know that at that time.
Right.
I thought, like, because I'm so competitive and I have to win everything. I was like, I placed 9th out of 9 girls. Like, shit, I lost. Like, but I didn't. I had it. You know what I realized? I realized how strong I was.
Mm-hmm.
Mentally, how strong I was. And it made me realize, you know what? All of my teachers in school, and if they're watching, they're going to be like, I told her that. They told me I never lived up to my potential. And I just never understood I'm like, I got straight A's. What are you talking about? I don't live up to my potential. Even my track coach, you don't live up to your potential. And it just didn't click until I was 34 years old and I got on stage and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so much stronger than I thought I was. And I can literally do anything I set my mind to.
Right.
So after that, I was like, oh, I got this single mom thing. Like, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing the nutrition yourself, right? Because at
I
first you don't
did.
have a coach.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're figuring out all this nutrition out on your own.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Like, what are your resources for this
Okay.
research? And basically, you're using yourself as a guinea pig, right?
I did.
You're
yes.
experimenting on yourself.
And it went really well, actually. So I think it was really great that I did do it on my own. I think I learned a lot. So the past couple, I would say when I turned 30, like our bodies changed. You know, I had 2 kids at that point. I really struggled with eating healthy. I was at McDonald's, Taco Bell, pizza place all the time, drinking beer, making wings. So I struggled with how to eat healthy. And I just started eating foods that I didn't like because they were whole foods, they were nutritious. I would literally just go like on the internet, like all of us, pull up Google, and I wouldn't follow diet plans because I knew they didn't work.
Right.
I would just try to read articles, books, and see what kind of foods I should be eating. And at one point I followed like a 30-day shred I think I found on bodybuilding.com. I've never been so miserable in my entire life. Never have I. I mean, I dropped a ton of weight in
Right.
30 days, but I was going to bed at 7:30 at night because I was starving. I was
So it
eating,
was like trial and error.
I was eating 1,000 calories a day. So I knew at that point
You're
this was
not
like
fueling yourself the
Yeah.
a
right way.
year and a half later. Don't do that. You need to eat. So I just was mindful of what I was eating, and I just tried to like eat a little bit less every week, but make sure I wasn't like feeling exhausted and I had the energy to get through my workouts.
So you went through a period of time where you were trying different things and
Yeah.
and kind of figuring out what's good for you.
Right.
So if a client comes to you,
Yeah.
you can kind of shorten that process. I mean, there still
Oh
might
my
be a little
gosh,
bit of trial.
absolutely,
There still
yeah.
might be a little bit of trial and error, maybe,
Yes.
because each person's different. But you can kind of focus in and figure out what
Yeah.
is best for them, nutrition wise and workout wise.
So one of the
Absolutely.
biggest things that she does, that we both do actually, is the mindset shift. All right, the mindset, it has to shift first, because she can tell you until she's blue in the face, this is what you need to eat, and if you don't believe it, you ain't gonna do it.
Right.
I can tell you until I'm blue in the face, this is the kind of workout that we're gonna do. This is why we're gonna do this. Whatever, I don't care. You'll get the guys that I just want to bench. That's not gonna help you. I just want to be strong. Well, don't you want to be strong throughout your core, your legs, your back, your shoulders, things of that nature? Well, I just want to bench. I want big arms. Well, okay. And this is where, again, when she does the nutrition side of it, it's like it has to be a mindset switch. It has to be a mindset switch, and she does a great job with that. And then if she runs into a problem where someone's like not really getting it, then I come in and I'm like I don't know, what would you say? I'm like
The dad.
well,
The drill instructor.
that.
Yeah,
but
the drill
The drill
sergeant,
instructor.
not even
right?
that, you know what I mean? Not even the drill instructor. It's more like I try to explain it to him in layman's terms and say, listen, bro, this is what it is, and this is how we got to do it. You know what I mean? And if I have a military guy, or if I have a police officer, EMT, even the EMTs, firefighters, things of that nature, I'm like, bro, I don't want you answering a call at my house.
Yeah.
If you're panting, getting out of your car. Just give me the vest, give me the gun, I'll take over, you do the paperwork. You know what I mean?
You have a conversation with them, bringing them into
Absolutely.
their real life situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So she gets to the core of everything, and this is what it will. No lie, we both do it. When you talk to people, when we both worked at any time, I would have people in the office crying because they're finally realizing not that they suck, but the situation sucks, and they let it get away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
I had a gentleman tell me straight, like, man, can you shut the door? I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So we shut the door, and he says, listen, my wife doesn't look at me anymore. I used to play this, I did this, I used to ride motorcycles like this. I could barely get up my stairs. He breaks down on me in my office, boo-hooing, because he realized that he's blocking everything that he wants to do by his thoughts. You know what I mean? Once he let it go, we were flying. We were flying, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch this man go from my wife doesn't look at me to, hey Jamal, tell you what I did last night. I'm like, whoa, hold on. You know what I mean?
Close the door again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to know
Different
that.
reason.
My wife still doesn't look at me, but I got a girlfriend.
Oh, man. Where you at?
Hey, sometimes you never know. But the ladies on
Yeah,
the other
right.
side, the same thing. I had a lady that says her husband didn't
Yeah.
look at her, and then they start squatting. They do butt stuff with her or whatever. Sorry.
The booty
That's a whole
builder.
different.
The booty builder.
The booty
It's a
builder.
whole
The
different
booty
style.
builder.
So
Not the
they'll
butt
do
stuff.
stuff with
Butt
her,
stuff.
and then it's like they'll say, "Hey,
I like butt stuff.
you know, Jesus God."
I could
probably
keep
my-
going.
That was
I'm
probably
not.
my
I'll
fault.
stop.
That
I'll
was
stop.
probably
Go
my
ahead.
fault. I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
No, that's funny.
It's fun.
We
It's
need
fun.
humor. So, I think what I'm hearing, and then also
Tell me what
Jennifer
you're hearing,
Ann,
Matt.
our producer of the show, is saying that she loves the fact that Beth Ann does this. She talks about her journals and meditating,
Yeah.
and it's the mental part. And what I just heard from both of these folks, our fitness experts on the table tonight,
Yes.
is that it's a mental game.
Yes.
Yeah.
More
They said it many times already.
more
Yeah.
than anything else.
Mhm.
And I also heard that people have to stop comparing themselves to other people, right?
Yes.
It's what you need to do, how you feel, how you look in the mirror in the morning when you wake up.
Right.
Yeah.
It's you versus you every morning.
Every day.
It's you versus you, not you versus the guy that your gym nemesis. It's
Right.
not that. It's not that. And you have guys that go to the gym that they do that, and they ego lift because this guy's bigger than me, or I think he's bigger than me. I'm gonna lift more than him, and it's not chest day, but he's doing chest, so I'm doing chest, and I want to outlift this guy.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's-
bro.
yeah.
You
All
gotta
right.
stick
Yeah.
to the script, brother. Stick to the script and go with it.
All
you
right.
know?
So listen, I'm gonna come clean, right?
You're the
All
guy.
right.
You're the
Here we
guy.
go.
Huh?
Wait,
No,
I might
I'm
need
not
some more of this.
I'm not an ego lifter.
Okay.
Really, I'm not. I never did that. When I trained, I was always training for athletic fitness. I wasn't a bodybuilder, although I did follow some bodybuilding routines just because I liked the exercises and the sets and the reps and all of that kind of stuff. But I wasn't trying to go on stage or become Arnold Schwarzenegger or any of this stuff. I wanted to run, jump, fight if I had to, whatever, I wanted to be physically fit and ready for what was in
Right.
front of me. But I will say this, there was a guy in the gym and he was very well developed from his waist up, but he was walking around on these toothpicks, these little toothpicks. Now I have skinny
I have skinny
ankles
legs, too.
and
I have skinny
calves,
legs,
right? And it takes me forever to build those things up. So every time I saw the guy with the toothpicks, I would do extra leg work
You're trying to get
Just-
him to the legs.
just
That's funny.
just so that I knew that I wasn't making the same mistake that he was.
Well, okay.
So
can
I don't
use
know
it.
if that. I don't know if that counts as ego lifting.
No.
per
No,
se,
no,
but-
you're
feel
trying
like-
to. I
I
think
feel
you're trying
like
to
it's,
help. I think. Matt.
motivation, and
Well,
I think that's it. It was the person motivated you to do full body and
Well, he
include your
motivated 'cause
legs.
He didn't want to look like a goober, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that was it too. I mean, the
Yeah.
guy, he looked like he was built like an ice cream cone. He
Yeah.
was huge,
like
on
a, like a
top,
cartoon.
but- Yes,
Yeah.
it
So
was
he's like
for-
he's like Johnny Bravo.
So now I'm trying to get back in shape, right?
Okay.
My girlfriend's been after me for years to go back and get active again. So I'm doing it. So now, what do you think I do? Cause I have to make everything a competition, right? I have
Yeah.
to make everything competition. It's just how my brain works. Even real estate, you see me.
Which benefits you.
I've now picked out this couple that I see at the gym. They're always doing upper body stuff and they never do legs. So every time I see them, I do some extra leg stuff. And my girlfriend's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I thought you did legs on Monday." I'm like, "Yeah, but that couple's here."
But see, you gotta have fun. But you gotta have fun with it, dude. You have to have
Oh my
fun with
gosh,
it.
I can't.
Yeah, that's funny. You have to have fun with it, man. I mean, I'm like the OG basically at the gym down here at Anytime Fitness, Gilbertsville. Plug, there's a plug. But, so when I say the OG there, since being the older guy, and
Yeah.
the guys they know that I'm one of the older.
Is that
gentlemen
what
there.
OG stands for?
Yeah,
Older
original
guy.
Original gangster.
Original
I
gangster.
know
Old guy.
Older guy.
What do you-
Listen, I'm in
do you think
Boyertown,
I don't
man.
know.
I'm not in Jersey anymore. You know what I mean?
But I just thought it was funny that
Yeah.
old OG, old guy,
Old guy.
because you
Yeah.
said old guy.
Now
So-
you're gonna call yourself the OG.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
a real
OG to everything.
OG
You're gonna make me not
everything right
OG. No, I'm the old guy.
OG, man.
But so when we're walking around over there, I don't really. I use at LA Fitness. You kind of have to like run around with that that swag a little bit, where you got to be kind of like standoffish. I'm the smiling guy. I might even dance sometimes when I'm working out. Shush. Like I have
the
fun when I
time.
work out. I love working out. I just do what I do, right? Music. I feel the music. It touches me. It doesn't matter if it's Ray Charles or freaking 50 Cent. Doesn't matter. It's in my earphones. I'm listening to it, right? So I'll see the younger guys that'll come in there, and they're like grunting and groaning, and everybody's mean mugging in the mirrors and everything like that. I'm just like, Jesus, I have no idea that that's really not attractive, like for anyone. You know, as a guy, not saying attractive that way, but as a guy, I don't even want to go up to him and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, right.
I'm just going to like step over here and make sure you don't steal my wallet, because I don't know, dude. I've been to prison before, working, by the way, but
Just to put that
yeah,
out
I
there,
just want to make
working.
sure, you know.
Oh my goodness.
But it's funny because you'll see this stuff, and it's just like you want to be helpful. My biggest thing is to be helpful to people in the gym. I don't want the president of this club down here, Mel. She's a beautiful, awesome lady, great soul and everything like that. I don't want anyone to ever come into any gym that we're a part of and then get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want anyone. If I ride for you, I will make sure that everything works for you. You know what I mean? So if somebody's having a problem with something, I'll try to fix it. The reason why I try to fix it, because you were talking about the meditation and everything like that. I do my own meditation where I have it's a Hawaiian meditation. It's called Ho'oponopono, right? Where someone brings something into your circle, into your life or whatever, and you fix it. And you fix it by saying 4 words in your brain or out loud. You say, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you." That's it. That's all you do. That's how I do my meditation. And when somebody does something incorrect or is doing something that can get them hurt, that's how I help fix it. I say it in here, and then my heart says, "Go help them." You know what I mean? I'm not
So I
going to be.
think you're touching on a good point here about working out and getting hurt, because maybe people don't think of that. But if you work out incorrectly, if you're pushing too much weight the wrong way, you can easily tear a muscle. You can do lots of things to your body.
You
Right.
can shift your spine.
There you go.
You can tear a rotator cuff. You can blow out a knee, a hip, anything like that. I mean, there's so many videos. Look, you talked about what you call it, YouTube. I watch YouTube too for gym fails.
Yeah.
That shit's funny.
No, the gym fails.
It's funny. Like it just like, why are you and then you just
Well,
let it go.
a lot of those guys are ego lifters too.
Exactly,
You know what I mean? They're in there
exactly.
trying to show off.
The
or
guys
whatever.
and the girls. I've seen girls try to do things to impress the dude over there that they're trying to, and then all of a sudden one of those little tubes slap him in the face. That's
me.
funny.
Who are you
Right.
referencing here?
No, not you.
That may
Are you
have-
on that video?
No,
I don't know how I
might be.
haven't ended
She might
up
be
on gym fails yet. But
so
yes.
you referenced Anytime Fitness in Gilbertsville. Is that where
Yes.
you guys work? Are you employed by them, or is
where
that just where you work
That's
out?
where we work out. We help out there.
Okay.
Okay. So Melanie, she just had a baby and everything, and she was very open to having us at the gym, and with the shutdown and everything like that. We told her, like, listen, we'll help you out with anything that we can. Okay, so if someone comes in and they need a fitness consult, or they want to talk about nutrition or something to that effect, we're there for that. We help them with that.
Okay.
Right.
We brought our some of our connections that we made, like that I've made over the years in the fitness field, with different companies like I don't know, like Insane Labs or something like that, or Blackstone Labs or something like that. I bring it to her and I say, hey, listen, you might want to try to use this to help your revenue stream. And I don't want anything from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And again, this is going to sound so stupid. I feel like the more you give to people, that's your riches. I don't have money. I don't have riches to give people. I have my experiences. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing that she does. And when we got together, we put all of our experiences together, and it's almost like we gift it to people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, we got to keep the lights on and stuff like that.
Right.
And there is that side of it too. But for the most part, when we do what we do, it's a gift, and I feel like it's a gift that was given to us. I don't want to get biblical or anything with you like that, but I feel it's a gift that was given to us from God, and we give it back. That's the only way it's going to work.
Right.
That's the only way it's going to work. So if you're showing somebody the way, like as Moses did, as if you believe in that, or if you believe in the Egyptians, and Anubis leads you to the afterlife and shows you the way, or whatever you believe in, all right? That's our job. We're taking people that way. We're not doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? That's the other big thing. A lot of people, they want you to do it for them. We're Americans. We're lazy. I'm sorry, but we are.
A little bit.
Let's just be real. They want you to do it for them, but we tell people we are not going to change your life. That is one of our biggest statements that we tell people. We're not going to change your life. You're going to do that. We're just going to give you the tools.
You're just going to guide them.
We're going to give
Yeah.
you the tools. We're going to give you a toolbox, just like an apprenticeship, and go, here, put this in your bag. Put this in your bag. Put this in your bag. Put it in your bag.
That being said, where can people find you to get these tools and to have this knowledge imparted upon them? How are they going to find you guys?
So we have a couple different ways. So we're on Facebook and Instagram, both at on Facebook it's J&B Fitness and Nutrition Coaches. If you're on Instagram, it's J&B Fitness Coaches. We also have our personal pages on Instagram that we do. I know mine's coached by BA.
And mine is Anubis_28_. Check the Anubis. You know what I mean?
I'm also putting up links in both the chats, both on YouTube and Facebook, to their Facebook page. You can link up with them there on their Facebook page. I think what they're saying is good. You know what I mean? I think about the time that I've been away from the gym for not healthy reasons. I'm not living the most healthy of life anymore. But from my past experience, I can relate to the things that you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. And Beth Ann touched on something earlier where she talked about how when she was having trouble, she went through a divorce, and she went into the gym, and no matter how bad things were, she came out of that gym, she felt better. And I think that's an important thing, because, I mean, that is not just her, it's an actual physical thing that happens when you exercise and eat healthy and everything. You actually, there's chemicals in the brain that
Right.
react.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think it's a good point to just bring out into the light a little bit too. As
Oh,
well.
absolutely. Yeah.
But-
Alrighty.
That's what I got to say.
What?
No, that's good.
Listen, check them out. Jamal and Beth Ann
Yeah,
from
no.
J&B Fitness and Nutrition, LLC.
They could improve your life, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, and-
That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I mean,
And I mean,
no.
if this is a parting shot, I'll just say, like, if you see, like, yes, I have a beer and she's got some wine or whatever. We live life, okay? We're realists. We don't do it where it's like, oh, it's only fitness, it's only fitness, it's only fitness, because we have children, okay? We've got 4 girls in between us. You know, we got a dog. We love taking the dog on walks. We love hanging out with each other, watching television, drinking a little bit of whiskey or a beer. She loves her wine. It's like you don't have to cut out life to have a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You have to enjoy yourself. If
You're
not going to enjoy
juggling it
yourself,
all just like
It's
yeah,
moderation.
it's
I think part of it is moderation
absolutely.
too.
It's
There's
moderation.
So,
and I think what you said, I don't mean to cut you off. I
course.
just want to try to clarify. When you were talking about training for this fitness competition, and I put pictures up on the screen so
Okay.
people can see. When you're ripped down like that,
Yeah.
you can't live like that.
oh my gosh,
It
no.
would be, it's impossible for a human being to live in that state.
It
right?
is.
You're
It really
doing that
is.
for a few weeks
So,
out of a year.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, the average is like 4 months. For me, this year was 6.5 months, and it was miserable. You know, it's not a way to live. You're doing that because it's, you know, you're an athlete. You're
Right.
trained to do that. So that's, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing that maybe some people are afraid to approach me with. Like, they feel like I'm going to instill that onto them.
Yeah.
And I always tell them on our, you know, what I call like my clarity call is, you know, I find out like their why, what they have done, and kind of like start getting my plan in my head of what's going to work best for them. And I'm telling them, like, I would never ask someone to do what I did because that's not living life. So I don't ever tell somebody they can't put, everyone always asks me, can I put creamer in my coffee? Why would you stop? This is your life. That's what you enjoy. So no, I'm not going to pull out things that you enjoy eating. I'm just going to help give you the tools and the guidance through worksheets and one-on-one work in our Zoom calls of how to actively choose things that are better for you, because you're going to see an increase in energy. You're going to feel better from the inside out, and you're going to start to see that on the outside. And within 4 weeks, I'm telling you, everybody else around you is noticing. And you're buying new clothes already. But I tell you, don't buy them yet because you're going to keep going down.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like, enjoy your life. And I just had a client who was like, oh my gosh, sent me a message, I think Monday. I fell apart on Friday. I had pizza and wine. And then Saturday we were at the winery and I ate bad food. But then Sunday I ran X amount of miles or walked X amount of miles and I meal prepped and I was on point. And I'm like, okay, so what I heard was you live life.
Yeah.
You had fun with your friends Friday night. You took it into Saturday, but you went right back to work on Sunday. And that's what matters.
Right.
That you fell off the wagon for a little bit and you got right back on.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you fall off the wagon and you completely spiral out of control.
Right. Like me.
That is a that's when you need us the most.
That's when we got to fish you out there, buddy.
That's going to be our next
I'm
client.
working on it.
Yeah, I think we just got a new client. Come on down the street, brother. All are welcome. All are welcome.
This has been a very interesting conversation. It's one that I like
I
to
agree.
participate
Yeah.
in, and it does take me back to being in the gym and being competitive. I think that's it. I think people can choose to do that if they want to. So,
Yeah.
for instance, when I was going to the gym and working out, yes, I did it because my job required it, but I also did it because it had been part of my competitive life. So that became competitive for me because that's just who I am and how I'm cut out. It doesn't have to be. And sure, I lifted and trained with guys and girls who weren't ever competing in anything. They just liked going to the gym, working out, staying in shape.
Right.
What I'm hearing from these two is that they'll take you in the direction that you want to go,
Yeah.
or they'll guide you. Excuse me, they're not taking you. You're going.
No, you're going. You're gonna go there. Say, hey, we're going to Florida. Bet. Let's go down 95. Let's not do 95. Let's fly.
They're gonna give you the roadmap to
Right.
get to where you want to
Right.
be. If that includes competition, they'll help you with that.
Yeah.
If not, they're
that
going to
too.
help you improve your life in whatever way you want to. So that's been interesting.
Right.
It's been an interesting conversation
Yeah.
for sure. We got a couple of things that we got to get to.
We do.
Don't go anywhere, you two, because you're probably going to know about some of this stuff. And feel free to jump into the conversation from
Even
here
if you
on
don't know,
out.
just jump into conversation.
Just jump into
All right.
conversation.
Sounds good.
So when we are home, when we're doing home games,
We're home right now.
yeah, we're at
Yeah.
home. We do this Ask a Realtor. So you can ask us.
Why? Because we're realtors.
At the end of the day, we don't just do podcasts and
Yeah.
live streams. We actually sell real estate.
Since we have
in order-
jobs.
Yeah, since we have jobs, let's talk about our job for a few
Right.
minutes, right? So you can ask a realtor when you see that logo that I've just put up on the screen. When you see that on the Glocker Realty and Insurance Facebook page, post a question up there. All questions get answered.
All questions.
We pick one question, and that person gets how much are we giving them?
$10.
$10.
Yeah. Wawa gift card. I mean.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you can grab your salad or your hoagie or your wrap,
You know,
and fuel yourself up for a workout
You know, you
over
could,
at
you could go
J&B.
to Wawa today with your $10 gift card if you ask a question prior,
Mhm.
and you could have gotten a cup of coffee
Mm-hmm.
and walked out with a $10 gift card still, because it's free coffee day.
Free
today.
coffee.
Free coffee.
More money for your protein drinks and your salads and
There
your
you go.
wraps
There you go.
There we
to
go.
fuel your healthy lifestyle. Dude, they have these there's this plant-based protein drink that I started getting at
Oh, it tastes
Wawa.
delicious. I know exactly
it's
what you're
really
saying.
good.
Core something.
Core something or other.
Oh, I
It's
know what you're talking
plant-based.
about.
They're
Yeah.
delicious.
It's not whey, because the
Right.
whey protein drinks leave this really bad aftertaste in my mouth. I hate them.
You're getting the wrong ones, but yeah, no, you're good. The core ones are the one with the cow on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those
Yeah.
are really good.
But they have a plant-based one.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, I did see
plant-based
that.
plant-based protein,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it does not. I don't get that same effect that I do get from the whey protein drinks. But anyway, ask a realtor. Ask a realtor. So what was our question?
So our question today from Kendra Rothermel. She said, "What is one thing you look for in an investment property?" So I'm assuming that Kendra is either already involved in investments or looking to get into investments.
Right.
We quickly spoke about it prior to the show, and we had both had different outlooks on the question. So Matt was discussing, you were talking about an investment
Landlords.
property like a landlord or something like
Yeah.
that, and I was thinking flip, like you're flipping
Right.
your house, you're going to sell it. So there's a whole lot to it. It's not a simple
Yeah,
one.
I think
quick
right. It's
answer.
how I think for me,
Yeah.
for me the answer, regardless of the investment type that you're going to do,
Right.
is can you personally handle it?
Yes.
Right. So that's the
That's step
avenue
one,
that I
yeah.
went down. So let's say investment property for you means I want to buy a multi-unit and be a landlord and rent out units, right? Do you have what it takes mentally to be a landlord?
Yeah, because you have to deal with a lot. You have to deal with people.
Yes.
I mean, even though that's houses here and you're maybe over here, you still have to deal with these people that
Right.
are renting, and you have to manage it.
Right.
So there's problems. You have to be able to
You're going to be on
fix
call.
them. You're on call, yeah.
Or
absolutely.
you have to be making enough money, generating enough cash flow through that
have somebody
property
else
to
do it.
hire someone to manage the place for you. So I would say, regardless of the investment type, but especially if you're talking about becoming a landlord, can you handle that?
Yeah.
Do you have the tools, the mental and physical tools to handle that type of investment?
Now I'll bring that over to the flip situation because I have flipped
You
houses.
are, and I work with at least over time. I've worked with at least a half a dozen
Yep, we
companies.
both worked with investment people.
Investors.
Yeah, investors, investment people.
Investors.
I like that.
Right.
I like the investment people.
So lay it on us.
But yeah, I mean, again, can you handle it? First of all, are you doing the work yourself? Are you hiring people out? I guess the first thing that I think of when I'm looking at a house for a flip is, if I purchase it at a certain price, am I going to make money when I'm finished with it? Is there a return? Is there a valid return? You know,
Right.
Especially if you're going to be doing work yourself, are you going to get your money back? With all that work you put into it.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest question to me is, will you make money in the end? And then you got to think about time factor.
Right.
You don't know how the market's going to change. Over time, you have bills that are going to pile up during that time. So if you want to do a short investment or a long investment, you got to consider. There's so much to consider.
Right.
But I think it's just going into it with the most knowledge, which actually
We
a
can
realtor
help
could
you.
definitely help you with.
Right.
And just going into it with the most knowledge and making sure that it's going to work for you in the end.
I would say this, and after spending a lot of time working with real estate investors, I think in 2019, when I did my numbers at the end of the year for 2019, almost 40% of the business that I did came from investors. So these were people that were either doing rehabs or flips,
Right.
what you want to call, or were buying properties to manage as a landlord.
Mm-hmm.
So 40% of my business. What I would say is you want to be careful with who you're getting this information from. There's a lot of real estate gurus out there, just like I'm sure there's a lot of health
Yeah.
gurus out there.
Yeah.
Some of them are great. They have a lot of good, valid information.
Yeah.
Other ones are horrible. They're a scam, or they just don't know what the hell they're talking about,
Yeah.
and they're going to get you in trouble. I have had this conversation with every single one of my real estate investors. Before you do something, just come and ask me.
Yeah.
Get some advice from someone who's in the business and does this every day.
Not Uncle Harry.
Not Uncle Harry,
No.
not some guy you saw down at the investor swap meet or whatever it was.
Not
you know?
Janice at work.
They have that.
They do. They
Investor
have
swap meets?
well. They have
Oh,
these
man.
groups.
They-
They have these investor groups where they go and they meet up and they exchange ideas.
Yeah.
I've seen and heard some of the ideas that they exchange. Some of them are illegal. Other ones are so poorly constructed that you're going to put yourself in trouble. I had an investor show me a piece of paper that they wanted to use as a contract one time. That was something that had been provided to them by an investment guru, a real estate investment guru,
Okay.
saying, hey, use this contract in your deals.
Right.
I read through the contract. The contract basically gave the person who was selling the house to this investor the opportunity to take $1,500 from them and not finish the deal because of the way it was worded.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, that might work if you're buying a house from somebody that doesn't know or is not very intelligent or not very informed. But somebody who's informed or has some intelligence could read this thing and take you for a ride.
Right.
And walk away with your $1,500 and you don't have the property. But they thought this was hey, guru so and so told us to use this contract. Don't use that contract. That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Run some of this stuff by somebody who does this on a daily basis as a full-time profession.
Yeah, and you see the things on TV where, hey, you want to be an investor? Come to this
Seminar.
It's free. The seminar, it's free. None of them are good because I've spoken to people that have gone to those seminars and spoke to me next,
Yeah.
and what they were speaking was a different language because it didn't even make sense to me, and because in real life it doesn't make sense.
Right. They're
Yeah.
talking about, they're using terms and they're using lingo and jargon that only exist in the world of gurus.
Yeah, right.
Right? It
Right.
doesn't exist in the real estate
Right.
business.
And the way things were run, I don't, these are national programs that are made to make money for them.
That's what
for
they're doing.
them.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're selling
Yes.
they're
They're
selling
selling
the program.
the program.
They're
yeah,
not
exactly.
selling real estate.
Right.
Right.
They're
Exactly.
selling the program.
So that was a great point you brought up. So yeah, Kendra, I say get as much information from a reputable source as possible, and if you have more questions, Matt and I are always available to answer them.
We'll be willing to help
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Well, it's funny you guys talk about that. I'm sorry to cut.
Yeah.
in.
No.
You talk about that, and it's very it's funny because in every vocation, it seems to be those types of individuals.
Sure.
Yes.
Same thing with us. Like our biggest thing now, especially in the fitness world, with everybody staying home and people not wanting to go back to the gym because the gyms are dirty. The gyms are not dirty. You go to the gym, you build up your immune system. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how God intended it, right? So, you have a lot of people when we talk to them, they're like, "Oh, well, I saw this where I don't need to pay for this. I saw it on YouTube. I saw it on Instagram. I saw the girls doing this on Instagram, and I'm going, and how's your back feel?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, again,
So
it's one of those
same.
things that you want to make sure, again, with your real estate, with fitness, with, car dealership. This is what I do not like some of these on the side of the road car dealers, man. They're gonna rip their heads off. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you get this stuff and you're going, oh yeah, it sounds like a good deal. And you walk in there and you walk out with a piece of paper and you're going,
What just
the hell
happened to
just
me?
happened?
Yeah.
I just got raked over the coals and I don't even know.
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
and when it comes down to our business, we don't know everything, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and
Right.
that you admit that too.
It's a good
Yeah.
thing.
We're
Like,
always learning.
We're always learning every day. Something
Evolving. Yeah.
new. So just like with the real estate business, I'm pretty sure you guys are going, wait, what the hell?
No, we learn something new every day.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
Every transaction is different.
Oh my
there's,
gosh,
there's some
yeah.
nuance.
Right.
And that's the thing. I think to go back to it is, and I'm sure you'll find this in every profession, a real professional is going to say, I don't know the answer to that question, but
I'll
I'm
get
going to
back
go
to you.
and ask somebody else who
Right.
knows.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to
I'll
find out.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's the difference between a real professional and a sham guru who's going to pretend that they know everything
yeah.
when in fact they don't. That's when you get in trouble.
I mean,
I
you
agree-
growing
I
up,
agree with that.
you hear, don't be a know-it-all. There you go.
Right. Don't do it. So if you want to do this though,
Yeah,
grab that
absolutely.
basket right behind you because you guys,
Oh, is this our basket we
Yeah.
donated?
Yeah.
right? We got to talk about this
Yes.
before the end of the show.
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
It's the
Yeah.
frolic. It's the
Yes.
the fall,
Fall.
and I didn't even have any beer.
Ball.
Fall frolic scavenger hunt. I think
Yes.
tomorrow is the last day.
It is,
You
yeah.
can go to
Oh,
6
man.
different participating businesses and get your card stamped.
Yeah.
Once you have that card completed or
And you don't
stamped,
have to purchase anything from
no,
these businesses.
you just have to go and
Just go
visit
in
them.
and say hi. They'll stamp your card.
Card.
You can go on your way, and there's no reason not to do it.
There are some great places though that you might want to spend a couple of your dollars because these are all local businesses
Yeah.
owned by
Absolutely.
your
You wanna read them
friends,
off
your
real quick?
neighbors.
The
yeah.
candy store's on there.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I have no idea.
Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles, the Grind Restaurant.
No.
Hold up, time out. Grind. If you don't go to the Grind, if you haven't been to the Grind, I'm not trying to plug them. Those guys are awesome.
We plug 'em
I
all the
agree.
time.
We plug them all
God,
the
those
time.
Yeah.
guys are awesome. I'm sorry, but dude, we go there and I'm like, we could stay here all night. This is awesome. I'm
It's
sorry.
good food.
It
Great
is.
food.
It's all
Fresh
good,
food, too.
fresh
Yes.
food. And they use local products.
Yeah.
Boyertown Ice Cream and Water Ice Factory,
Ooh, I just went there. Their ice cream's so good.
another homemade local
We were lucky
Yeah.
enough
product.
to try ice cream right here.
Yeah.
Peppermint
oh, nice.
Stick Candy Store,
Oh yeah.
M&B Design Company, and
Mm-hmm.
Semper Pie.
Yes.
Semper Pie.
And they all have been on the
Yeah.
show.
All of them.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
Every single one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of them twice. Well, yeah. The ladies from Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles
Yeah.
are very knowledgeable about local history
And they're
about
lots of fun, too.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
And they always have a unique perspective on
Yeah.
what they're talking about. It's not just your
Wonderful.
standard history lesson with them. They always come at it from some unique angle or some way. I really enjoy
And
what
I
they
highly
do.
recommend the museum. I mean, if you even if you're not going in to get your card stamped, go to the museum. It's not expensive. It's
Right.
awesome for a whole family. My kids, I took my kids. They loved it. I loved it. It was, and I brought my parents, and they loved it. We
Right.
all loved it. Like, all generations.
My
So,
high
great
school
place.
reunion is there this Saturday.
Oh, really?
20 years.
Wow.
So they have high
Psych,
school reunions there?
What?
They have high school reunions there?
We're having ours there on
That's what they're
Saturday,
doing there.
absolutely.
They're doing the
Cool.
blacksmithing
Yeah.
demonstrations now. They have the
Yes.
blacksmith shop open
Yeah.
back up. Tons of stuff to do. But those are
yeah.
the six. Those are the six businesses. You can go in, get a card, get it stamped. You got to bring it back here to Glocker Realty, 900 East Philadelphia Avenue in Boyertown. Drop it off, and you can put your name in for one of these 6 baskets that we have.
Yeah.
Jamal and Beth Ann donated most of the stuff that is in this basket. So these are some of the supplements that you guys use in your personal training.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
And if you want to get a jump start, this could be one of the baskets
Yeah.
that you might want to put in for the health and wellness basket. So I wanted to thank these guys for donating this products for this basket. And again, these are all local businesses. We're trying to support local business. These are your friends, your neighbors, your coaches that live in your community. Keep your dollars
Here.
local.
Yeah.
Keep them here.
Right.
All right.
Good.
We finally talked
finally-
about fall
Yeah,
frolic.
we were supposed to do that like for weeks now.
Way to go, guys.
We got it done.
Wait
We
till the
got
last
it.
minute.
Jeff,
Yes, sir.
I think it's the part of the show where we find out what's going down in Boyertown.
What's going down in Boyertown?
Well, I want to hear this. Please let me know.
There's a lot going down. And Jamal, you know what? If you're ever interested, you could go to jeffknowsboyertown.com. I'm Jeff.
Okay.
jeffknowsboyertown.com, and I have a blog, a weekly blog, that tells you all the events going on in Boyertown and around in the surrounding area.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right.
I almost all the events. I do my best to try to track down everyone. Sometimes I miss a few,
Yeah,
but that's acceptable, I think.
it is.
And yeah, and you can subscribe, and it can be sent to your email weekly.
Okay.
And I don't contact you for any real estate stuff at all. I don't even see your email. It just goes right to the website
Right.
anyway. So, so this week, Matt,
Okay.
Boyertown is opening a new museum, and we're just
Okay.
talking about the
Yeah.
Car History Museum.
Just
Well,
the General Spats.
it is the General Carl Spaatz National
Oh,
U.S. Army Museum,
I've been in there.
not the museum.
Not the museum,
Okay.
but the one that's like they have already in town. Is
Uh,
that different?
Yeah, it's different. Maybe
Okay.
you're in a history museum, maybe.
Maybe,
And
yeah.
they probably
Back
had
there.
a part there.
Yeah.
Maybe you were. I don't know. But it's opening this
Sneak peek.
this Saturday.
Yeah, maybe you saw.
Wonderful.
Maybe you got an early look.
You might have.
Yeah, the kids at the school went on a field
Okay.
trip.
Oh, maybe you did get
Yeah.
an early look.
Oh,
then.
look,
at
that.
you.
Hey, behind the
Oh,
scenes.
my.
She knows what's up.
What is going on here?
Beth Ann knows what's going down in Boyertown.
Yes, she
So
does.
she does, yeah. Way before I did. But yeah, so the museum is opening this Saturday at 10 a.m. and they are having a ribbon cutting at 12 o'clock with 2 planes flying over. They're going to do
Okay.
a flyover in
Oh, that's
Boyertown.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And then they'll be having tours and everything throughout the day. So my question was, when I saw this event, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm like, who's General Spatz? And
Yeah.
the name popped up like in my head, like I should know.
Yeah,
But
there's
I
a historic
certainly,
marker.
certainly did not know that he was from Boyertown.
No?
I can admit that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And
So you learned.
I did learn. I always learn. I'm constantly learning. So I looked up. I'm like, okay, let's find out about General Spatz, and I found out a lot of information. I mean, he was a heck of a general,
Yeah.
and born right here in Boyertown, native, and yeah, had a heck of a military career.
He was kind of credited for taking the Army Air Force and making it into the Air Force.
He was the first.
He was the first.
He was the first general or commander of the Air Force. Yeah,
yeah.
when it
when
split
it broke
from the
off
Army.
from the Army.
Yeah, yeah.
Did not know that.
So that's pretty huge, and so that's what I wrote about this week.
Okay.
I always write a blog. I have something. Last week it was about corn mazes. The week before that is about Matt's favorite pumpkin spice.
I love
Yeah.
pumpkin spice.
So
I just love the. I
Here
just
we
love
go.
the basic white girls.
I know.
Oh my
That's
God.
really. I got a soft spot
You know
for
what?
them and their pumpkin spice.
Should I leave? I mean,
And their Ugg boots.
What is this, Han
No,
Solo season already?
First of all, they're the warmest
Yes.
things in the world when it's cold in Pennsylvania.
It-
Ugg
in
boots.
Pennsylvania.
Ugg boots.
Oh, I thought you meant standard white girls.
I quit. I quit.
They also some warm things.
Okay.
oh my God,
All right, go ahead. This is a family-friendly show.
that's what it was.
It was. I like pumpkin spice. I do like
Yes.
pumpkin spice.
I bet you have.
And
an
I
Ocean
like making
City,
jokes.
New
I
Jersey.
like making jokes.
You have an Ocean City, New Jersey sweatshirt too, don't you?
I have a Myrtle Beach T-shirt.
Close enough. Close enough. And you probably have Ugg boots somewhere too.
I don't have any Ugg boots. Never have. Never will.
I don't think they're gonna make them for
They're
guys,
not-
do they? I don't.
No, they
Yes,
do.
they
They do.
They
Oh,
have
okay.
slippers too. They're amazing.
I got no. My wife has Ugg slippers that I bought her.
There you go.
So I wrote about
General Spatz.
I figure somebody else in the world doesn't know who General Spatz is too. So
Right.
But here's a couple key points that maybe you might have known or you don't. But there's a Spatz Island in Antarctica.
Named after him.
Because he provided the airplane that was used in its discovery.
Huh.
Yeah, right.
From Boyertown.
Yeah, yeah.
Figure.
I'm trying to think of. I'm just trying to jump to a couple of these. Did you know that? There's a road around here that was recently named General Carl A. Spatz Memorial Highway?
No.
No.
Where is that?
Where?
The part of 562 from 73
Uh-huh.
and oh my God, what's the road there?
What's the other road?
662.
Oh, okay. So from Reading Avenue to
Yeah.
Airport Road.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
So I didn't know that because
I-
it's still Reading Avenue to me. But
Yeah.
there was a ceremony in
General
2018.
Spatz Memorial Highway. I
Now-
did not know
now
that.
it is, yeah.
I didn't know
At
that.
some point, I guess we'll see that on the maps or whatever.
Maybe. Or they'll put up a sign or something. You think there would already be a sign?
There
up for
must
that?
be a sign.
Maybe.
somewhere.
Next time you're driving home. Don't you drive on that road every day?
I do every single day.
I know
every
the road, but I drive
single.
on it
I
every
live
day.
on that road, but
I
not
live
that
there.
part of the road. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else here that we need to talk about. So the Carl A. Spatz Field is the regional airport serving Reading. So the Reading Airport is the
It's
general.
Carl Spatz.
Yeah, which also has the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum, which they have a great.
Oh, they're flying in June. The
Yeah.
World War II days.
World
That's
War II days. Yeah,
unbelievable.
Really,
It's unbelievable.
really cool to go to.
Yeah, I've gone to it twice and just had a phenomenal time both
Yeah,
times.
So cool.
It
And
it
they're
is the
flying
stuff they have
planes
is
and
just
everything.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I get goosebumps going over there.
Yeah.
Like they have these B-29s
Mhm.
and like literally just one of them, and the earth shakes when they start
Yeah.
up those engines. Could you imagine a whole squadron of B-29s flying?
Mhm.
Be like an earthquake.
Right?
And then the one year I went over there, they had they had one of the fighters from the Tuskegee Airmen. That was badass. And yeah, they have cool stuff there.
Funny story about the Tuskegee Airmen. My cousin was one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I found when I reconnected with my father and his side of the family, he said Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, awesome. He his name was Luna Mishu, and he was a Tuskegee Airman that actually helped start Delaware State University.
Okay.
So it was really cool. Like, you bring that up, and I'm like, wow, I'm part of that.
Yeah, you're part of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That whole connection.
they bring in real planes that flew during World War II and stuff, and
Right.
they have programs and speakers and everything. It's awesome. I go to the B-29s. I like the B-29s because that's what my grandfather did in World War II. He was part of a Porter unit that they loaded the guns and the
Yeah.
bombs and the supplies onto those B-29s.
Right.
So I go to see and experience
Yeah, for sure.
a little bit of what he did.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So
anyway, that's this Saturday at 10 o'clock. The museum is at 28 South Warwick Street, Boyertown. It used to be the old historic vehicle museum before
Okay.
they moved.
Okay. Yeah, so it's in what used to be
Yeah.
their museum before their new place, which they're in the process of fixing up. It looks amazing, the work that they're doing over there.
Yeah.
So tell us what else is going down in Boyertown.
So, Happy Zen Mama?
Yes.
We had her on the show.
Great show.
Yeah, she is having, and we touched on this during the show, but she has she's having a domestic abuse awareness event coming this Saturday as well from 11 to 4 p.m. She's going to have music. She's going to have people telling their real life stories of domestic violence, which it's,
And how
it's
they
not a happy
survived.
thing, but it is good that they survived.
How they
or
got
did-
out.
or didn't, because I think some of the stories are from non-survivors. I'm not sure.
Oof.
I'm not sure.
Right.
But
But somebody could hear something that gets them on the right path to get out of an abusive
absolutely,
situation.
Yes.
and that's the whole point of it. Get out, right?
Run real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, man.
I'll be right back. I'm getting a little rock going. I'm going, what the hell? I better go do something.
Do you know where you're going?
Find it.
All right, straight to your left.
We're almost done.
Yeah. That's awesome. Also happening in Boyertown at the State Theater.
Yes.
Come on down to the right price.
Oh, they're doing that again.
Yeah, they're doing
What's
Yeah.
that?
It's like a Price is Right type thing.
Get out.
Yeah, it's a
That's
Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. They're doing it 2 days. They're doing all the Price is Right stuff, and
Yeah.
you can win prizes and.
It's
That
a
sounds
fundraiser.
so much
It's a
fun.
fundraiser for State Theater.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
That's
it-
such a good idea.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and gotta be a lot of fun.
I
Ah,
went
yeah.
there. I went there not last weekend, the weekend before. No, last weekend, last
Okay.
Friday. I went. I'm trying to think. Last Friday, I went to the State Theater to see the new Clint Eastwood movie.
How was that movie?
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
What's it called?
good.
Yeah.
I don't
Not
know.
great.
Wait, I don't know.
Macho.
Something, yeah. Yeah. I know.
Cry Macho.
Cry
Cry
Macho,
Macho.
right?
It's good. It's a good movie.
It's not great.
No, it's good.
Okay.
It's good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's kind of emotional.
Okay.
It's not what you'd think of a Clint Eastwood movie. You know
Okay.
what I mean? But the man's like 92 years old or whatever he
Yeah.
is now. He's doing great.
Wait, he's that old already?
Yeah, he's in his 90s.
Ooh.
And like in a couple of the scenes, he's like sitting on the ground, laying on the ground, and like gets up and down. And he's better at it than I am. I'm 47.
It's probably CGI.
So I'm giving him. See, now you just ruined it. I was giving Clint some great props for staying in shape and being able to get up and down, but now you got me questioning: did they CGI Clint getting up and down? Because he is on the ground in a couple
Yeah.
of the shots when he's. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Okay. I want to see
it's
it
a good
because
movie.
I usually his movies are really good.
But while I was there, I saw those flyers for The Price is Right. I
Yeah.
did see that. So that's a good fundraiser.
Yeah.
That's another show that we had. We've had them on
Yeah.
the cast at Glocker as well. So you can go back to YouTube.
Historic theater, go
Yes.
there, have a great time, win
my
some
gosh,
prizes.
yeah.
I mean, it's awesome.
I had a good
Check
time
it
at
out.
I had a good time at the movies there.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, my family, it's my like I think I said on another show. It's my son's favorite movie theater now.
I grew up going there.
Yeah.
I was
So
like
did
one of the
I.
it was one of the
Yeah.
only movie theaters we went to. We drive up from Pottstown.
I'd
and-
walk.
Yeah, well, right.
I just
yeah,
walk.
it's right down the street for you.
It's a
Yeah.
great theater to have nearby.
It
I mean,
is.
Absolutely, it's a treasure.
It is.
Mhm.
And so we didn't have a show last week. Last week my blog was on corn mazes in the area.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna highlight a couple of
Local corn
local
maze.
corn mazes. Yeah, Abby's Pumpkins, which is actually our broker here.
Yeah, Martin Slater.
Yeah, he has a corn maze. He does tractor rides, apple slingshot, and he also blasts off pumpkins in a pumpkin cannon.
I
that
have,
he's
yes.
homemade.
I've been there.
Right, you seen it?
I have gone for years, and it's
Is
so
it
much
fun,
fun.
right?
Oh my gosh, my
Yeah.
kids absolutely love it. Yeah.
Cool. So that's open. This weekend is the first weekend, and 11 to 6 on Saturday and Sunday. And that's in
Nice.
Perkins.
Nice.
The Gilbertsville Farm. It's a high-tech corn maze. Now I don't know exactly what that means,
Ooh, wait a second.
but if they say as high-tech corn maze, it takes between an hour to 2 hours to complete. And they have hay rides and pumpkins as well. They have a kids play area. And that goes on every Friday and Saturday from 10 to 10. And that is in Gilbertsville on County Line Road.
Okay.
This Saturday, I think I'm going to time rate it. I think 12 to 7 this Saturday. They're actually going to be filming what's the word I'm looking for? They're filming a
Music video.
show, like a
Like a TV show?
yeah,
a
like
documentary?
a TV show, documentary type style, thing there, because that's what they're doing. They have 3 different businesses, and I'm not sure what all 3 are.
Okay.
But they're kind of documenting all these businesses.
Okay.
And they're recording it, and they're gonna. I don't think anybody has picked them up yet, but they're recording it, trying to get it picked up from
Oh,
someone.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a pilot or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Nice.
they're recording this Saturday from 12 to 7. So if you want to be on TV, possibly
Right.
go there
Show
and
up.
do some corn maze stuff, high tech corn maze. And then of course we got Wilcox Farm corn maze right up here. That they always have a huge corn maze, the largest in the area.
So big.
It is. And they also have a kids corn maze that they can do a smaller
Yeah.
corn maze as well. They have fresh produce across the street and pumpkins, flowers, all that fun stuff. And they do that Friday, Saturday from 9 to 12, and then Sunday 9 to 9.
There you go.
That's what's going
Love
down.
it.
That and many, 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 many other things.
Right on.
Yeah.
So it's 7:15.
It
We
is.
went a little bit over, but I think we had a good conversation today.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
It was definitely a good time. J&B Fitness and Nutrition, LLC. Go to their Facebook page. I put links up in the comments of this show on both Facebook and YouTube. Link up with them. Their logo is right there on the screen. All you got to do is Google them.
It's on a shirt. Check your shirt.
Show up
Oh,
over at
yeah.
Anytime Fitness in Gilbertsville.
Yeah.
Ask for Jamal or Beth Ann. That's how you will be able to find them.
Absolutely.
Jeff, how can people find you?
Jeff at Glocker, Google it. You'll find
it.
You'll find everything.
I'm Matt Green at Glocker Real Estate. Google that. You'll find all kinds of stuff.
You know what? I'm gonna Google that just because.
Just
I like
please.
this guy's energy.
I need my analytics up a little bit.
I need that. I
You'll-
need
you're-
that in my life right now.
There you go. Everybody needs more Matt Green in their life.
He's looking for the stuff that's not supposed to come up.
Oh, well, you'll find some of that stuff
Well,
too.
look, listen.
You'll find some of that stuff too.
If the way he talks like this, dude, I'd buy with you guys anytime.
All right,
He's
there
my
you
guy.
go. We sold.
He's real.
Sold.
That guy's
Nice.
real right there.
Nice.
So here's what you can find. You can find my other podcast and live stream called Porchcast Pottstown, which is on tomorrow at 6.
Who do you have on tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to be talking about Lady Liberty Salon. That's Josephine Palumbo, and why she chose to come to Pottstown from New York, not just to open up her business, but to live. She moved from New York to Pennsylvania and specifically chose Pottstown to live and work.
I can't wait to find out exactly the answer.
We're going to find out.
I can think of answers on my own, but
I want to know that.
I want to hear her answer.
Yeah. Super nice lady. Great salon. It's a unisex salon, men and women. You want to learn more? Tune into Porchcast Pottstown tomorrow at 6.
Awesome. We'll be there.
Thanks for coming in again.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Everybody,
thank you so much.
We are supporting local business. We hope you spend your dollars locally.
Yes.
We are the Cast at Glocker. We are on every Wednesday, most Wednesdays at 6-ish. Most Wednesdays.
I like
at
how
6.
everything is kind of vague.
It's kind of.
Most Sundays.
When
most
I'm
Wednesdays.
not going away
6-ish.
on vacation, we have a show. You and I have a meeting we're going to go to on October 13th. You and I are going to the Rotary.
Okay.
The Rotary.
He's like, what are you talking
Okay.
about?
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay.
oh, yeah.
So most Wednesdays at 6-ish, there is a Cast at Glocker. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
All right.